Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about a car most people think they already know, the Nissan Rogue. You probably see it as that simple, reliable family SUV that gets good mileage and stays out of the shop. But the 2025 Rogue isn't what you expect. Nissan has quietly made some major changes to how this SUV handles city driving, long road trips, and your day-to-day comfort. And the craziest part? Most buyers never even notice the upgrades that actually matter. If you've been wondering what makes this new Rogue different, stick around. This breakdown will show you everything Nissan doesn't highlight in their commercials. The 2025 Rogue looks familiar, but under that sheet metal are real upgrades in the engine, the tech, and the overall driving experience. Today, I'm explaining everything. Every feature, every hidden detail, and every part of the Rogue that actually affects your daily life. No hype, no industry buzzwords. Just a clear, honest look at what this SUV really offers. Here's the problem with compact SUVs today. Most of them feel exactly the same. Same kind of touchscreen, same small turbo engine, same safety tech. It gets harder every year to tell them apart. They all promise comfort, efficiency, and some kind of smart driving experience. But when you dig deeper, a lot of those features don't make a big difference in the real world. And that's where the Nissan Rogue has always faced its biggest challenge. It's a popular SUV, but it's rarely anyone's first choice. People usually pick the CR-V for reliability, the RAV4 for resale value, or a Mazda for how it drives. So the Rogue has to fight hard to stand out. The big question is, does the 2025 model finally break that pattern and give you a real reason to choose it over the competition? Or is it still just another okay crossover? That's what this review is all about. Let's start with the exterior. The Rogue carries Nissan's newer, cleaner design language. Instead of going for extreme, sharp lines, Nissan kept it modern and confident. Up front, you've got these slim LED headlights and the strong V-motion grille. The lower bumper gives it a slightly more premium look, and it has a wider stance than older models. It's not aggressive, but it looks much better in person than it does in photos. From the side, you'll notice the squared-off edges and a slightly raised shoulder line. The big windows are great for visibility, and the optional larger wheels really improve the stance. It is clear Nissan wanted the Rogue to look a bit outdoorsy without pretending it as an off-road beast like a Bronco. The rear is clean and simple. The taillights are modern, and the angles around the back window make the SUV look wider than it actually is. The design isn't trying too hard, and that's honestly why it works so well. Now, let's talk about what's under the hood, because this is where things get interesting and a bit confusing for some people. The Rogue uses a 1.5-liter three-cylinder turbocharged engine with Nissan's special VCT, or variable compression technology. So what does that even mean? Instead of being stuck with one compression ratio, the engine constantly changes it based on how you're driving. If you're gentle on the pedal, it uses high compression for better fuel efficiency. If you need more power, it switches to low compression. The whole idea is to use fuel smarter. In the real world, this engine is surprisingly smooth and quiet. There's none of that three-cylinder shaking you might expect. Nissan tuned it to feel and sound more like a small four-cylinder. The torque comes in early, so the SUV feels responsive in city traffic without you having to floor it. This engine is perfect for daily city drivers, families who want great gas mileage, and anyone who values efficiency over raw speed. Paired with that engine is Nissan's updated CVT. And I know, Nissan CVTs had a bad reputation years ago. But this newer generation is much smarter and smoother. You get better simulated shifts, less of that old whining noise, and a much faster response. The stretchy rubber band feeling is pretty much gone. This transmission works perfectly with the VCT engine, keeping it in the best RPM range for either power or efficiency. And that brings us to fuel economy. This is where the Rogue really shines. You can expect to see around 30 to 33 miles per gallon in the city and an impressive 36 to 38 on the highway. Most drivers will average around 32 to 34 mpg combined in the real world. These numbers beat many of its competitors, and it's a saving you'll feel at the gas pump every single week. Okay, let's step inside because the interior is arguably the Rogue's biggest strength. Nissan mixes soft touch materials with nice leather-like surfaces and clean stitching. It honestly feels more expensive than its price tag suggests. And then there are the seats. Nissan's zero-gravity seats are famous for a reason. They are incredibly comfortable for long trips. They're firm enough to support your back but soft enough for daily driving. The cabin is spacious, with good rear leg room and wide door openings, making it easy to get in and out. The cargo area is huge and features these clever storage panels. It's easily one of the most practical and well-thought-out interiors in this class. Now for the tech. Depending on the trim level, you'll either get a standard 8-inch touchscreen or a larger 12.3-inch screen. The base screen is simple, easy to learn, and has wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The larger screen on higher trims is fantastic, with wireless connectivity, better graphics, and a cleaner menu layout. The whole system is organized logically without being overloaded with useless features. Higher trims also offer a crisp digital gauge cluster and a head-up display to help you keep your eyes on the road. The tech in the Rogue isn't futuristic, but it's practical, reliable, and just works. The Rogue is one of the easiest SUVs to live with every day. The front seats have plenty of room and great visibility. In the back, there's enough space for adults, and most trims come with rear climate vents. But the cargo space is the real star. It has a massive trunk, a clever floor that can be raised to create panels and dividers, and hidden storage spots. Families will absolutely love this practical layout. Safety is another strong point. Nissan's Safety Shield 360 comes standard on all models. This includes automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross-traffic alert. And then there's ProPILOT Assist, Nissan's semi-autonomous driving aid for the highway. It helps with lane centering and smoothly adjusts your speed in traffic. It's one of the better, less intrusive systems out there, making long road trips much less tiring. So, how does it actually drive? This is where the Rogue might surprise you. In the city, it's smooth, quiet, and easy to handle with a great turning circle. On the highway, it's stable at speed. The steering feels centered, and those comfy seats make hours on the road feel like minutes. It doesn't drive like a sporty SUV, but it's predictable and confident with very little body roll. It also handles extra weight from passengers and cargo without feeling strained, thanks to that early torque from the engine. So, how does it stack up against its biggest rivals? Well, compared to the RAV4, the Rogue has a smoother ride, a quieter cabin, and a higher quality interior. Against the CR-V, it often has a lower price for similar features and more comfortable seats. And compared to the Mazda CX-5, it offers way more cargo space and better gas mileage. It's not necessarily the best at everything, but it is extremely strong in the categories that matter most to families. Of course, no car is perfect. The Rogue's engine is efficient, but it's not fast. If you want thrilling acceleration, this isn't the SUV for you. Also, even though the CVT is much improved, some drivers will always prefer a traditional automatic transmission. And finally, the top-tier trims can get a little pricey, pushing into near-premium territory. So let's recap. The 2025 Nissan Rogue offers a clean, modern exterior, an incredibly efficient turbo engine, excellent fuel economy, and a spacious, high-quality interior with smart storage. It has easy-to-use tech, strong safety features, and a calm, stable driving feel that's perfect for daily use. The Rogue doesn't need to be flashy. It's built to be a smart, comfortable, and efficient SUV that makes everyday life easier. When you look at the complete package, it stands out as one of the most balanced and practical family SUVs you can buy right now. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth car reviews. See you in the next one.